Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another BJ&Co Minecraft video. This is a continuation of our Skyfactory 3 achievement book hunt, where, tutorial guide as well too. We're taking you through the process of this wonderful achievement book and working our way through all the different achievements to show you exactly different ways that you can get them done in case there's anything you're stuck at or you just want to cruise through this nice and quick. So last episode we took a look at the refined storage system, and we'll be building a little bit on that today. You can see I've added a bit more on as things have been going. I've built up some storage. I've been working on moving my power over there because refined storage takes a shit ton of power. I think this one thing in particular, when it's fully powered, takes, yeah, they're 50 RS per tick without network cards in them, and as soon as you throw network cards in to connect two things in different places, like one of them connects to my mob farm, one of them connects to my power area, they can get 6-7 times. It all depends on the distance. So things to work on. But today, what are we doing? We're doing automate loot bag creation, opening, and compression. That is exactly the one that we are tackling today. So should not be too hard. If you guys think that's going to be helpful for you, smash that like button. And if you want to see more of these videos, we've got the whole series going, and I plan on finishing this one. So you can smash that subscribe button and hit the little bell ding beside the subscribe button if you want to get notified when all of our new content comes out. We've also got a couple cool series going on. Savvy is doing a raft playthrough, which is kind of cool. He's all by his lonesome, so go show him some love in the comments there, guys. As well as we're bringing back the Turing test video and getting that one going. So there's a neat little episode that was up on Saturday. But let's get on into this, because you're here for this. So there's 3 things that we're looking for: creation, opening, and compression. The creation you can take as a couple different ways. Technically, we're creating loot bags already through our mob farm. We are getting those wonderful drops of the loot bags. Typically, we're getting the basic and the rare. I think those are the ones that we're getting. We're just getting the common loot bag and then the uncommon. So common and uncommon. You can sometimes get some rare in there. Epic do not drop that I've seen so far. There's also the legendary. So there's all these different kinds of them. But there's another way to create loot bags. And the cool thing is this, it lets you recycle some things. So what it's called is it is the loot recycler. If we jump over here, I want to say it's this guy. So pretty simple recipe to make. All you need is the stone, the chest, and the iron. And that spits you out with the loot recycler. And now the loot recycler doesn't need any sort of power or anything. And all that you need to do is drop some goods in here and it eats them all up. And then you can see here it says loot recycler stored bags. So it's saying that it's got 416 out of 2,000. So that was a half stack. Let's do a half stack of gunpowder, see what that does. Oh, that's another shame. So, I mean, we're going to need a couple sacks of things in here. Let's go grab some more from our system. Thank God for automation. Let's grab a whole bunch. Oh, shit. That was unintentional, but... So we can see here, we just keep dumping more stuff in it. Keeps eating away, eating away, eating away, eating away. And then it says it's got 1 stored bag. Why is it not giving me an actual output? Oh, there you go. You can click the top and get the bag out of it. So that's an easy way to get some common bags. It says it's got some stored bags. So there we go. 3 common bags. I guess it was just a glitch that it wasn't showing up there. So that's an easy way for the loot recycler to work. But, you know, that is the basic creation. But it says automate it. So how are we going to automate this? Well, I mean, there's lots of different ways you can do it. You've got your transfer nodes that we've talked about in previous episodes that we use to put the cobble into the... crucibles. You've also got the item conduits that we've kind of upgraded to, which can pull and push stuff. But, I mean, in particular here, you kind of want to get some... the fact that we've got this refined storage system, that's what I'm going to tie it onto. And the neat thing with this is we've got our exporters and importers. So, I mean, the importer's here to pull the loot bags out of the system. And the exporter is to put things into the loot here, the loot recycler that we want. And what I like to do with the with this one, the nice thing about the exporters and the importers themselves is they have their own little grid. which gives you the 9 different slots that you can set things to, which is super handy. And you could attach multiple exporters to this thing if you really wanted to. So I'm going to grab some rotten flesh, I'm going to grab some gunpowder, and let's use some arrows, right? So I'm just going to jump this into here. I'll throw these 3 things in, and then we can see if we mouse over this, it's slowly building up its stored loot value. And we'll just watch it for a second, and as soon as it hits 2,000, it should kick on over, and we won't even really see it. We might get a blip of it in here. There we go, loot recycler, and then it gets pulled out. So that's automated. That is making common loot bags for us. So that's pretty simple and easy. Not too shabby, and it works great because now we're going to slowly get these loot bags up in the system. But loot bags are just loot bags. They're pretty useless by themselves. You want to be able to get at what's inside of them. So we've got all sorts of different types of loot bags here. And typically, I mean, you can click on each one, right-click it to see what gets out of it. Typically, you're going to want to, there might be certain things you're looking at some levels of it, so you might want to keep some stored up. You know, the higher level they get, the better the drops are in all of this stuff. Right? Let's see, you know, this chance Ico seed, ooh, end portals, ooh, draconium ingots, octadetic capacitors. I mean, these are pretty steel, manulin. Lots of good stuff in here in the legendary loot bags, but you got to get up to them first. So, I mean, you may want to open some common. It depends. You might want to keep some in your system, but what you will really want is to sort of be pushing your way towards this end of things. Rares, but the epic and the legendary. And you kind of want to set it up to go the way you want it. So to get these is where we're looking at the compression side of things. I mean, we'll come back to opening in a second, but compression is basically using the crafting recipe that allows you to take 4 of a loot bag and turn it into the next level loot bag, right? And then you can take 4 uncommon. So I mean, so legendary is 4 epic, 4 epic or epics are made by 4 rare, rares are made by 4 uncommon, and uncommon is made by common. So that's pretty simple and easy. So how do you compress these things together? Well, there's 3 main ways that are the easiest to do this. First and foremost, if you want a non-powered way, simple and easy, we're just looking at this compacting drawer. So this one here, the recipe is fairly simple. You need to make your basic drawer. And your basic drawer, I'm pretty certain is, yeah, just planks and chests. So that's not too hard to make. Then you got your stone, you got your piston, you got your iron ingot. That makes you a compacting drawer. When you put it down, you do not need any sort of energy or anything, and it gives you multiple different areas here to put things in. The unfortunate thing is there's only 3 levels of this, so it gets you up to the rare. I have to play around with it a little bit more to see if you can get up to the higher levels from here. But it allows you to kind of interact with each of these on an individual basis. So we can come here, we can left click those out, we can right click them back in, then we can left click here. So you see we've got 4 uncommon and 1 common in here. But that also means 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we got a lot. We got all sorts of those, right? And then if we try to pull these out, so it basically automatically in here holds 3 different levels of this. Kind of the smallest, the medium, and the largest that it can go with, starting at the smallest. So it's kind of an easy way to throw your low ones in and pull out your big ones. The thing you got to be careful about this is there are stack limits on these. So you may want some stack upgrades that you can find in loot chests or craft yourself, or you're going to run out of space fairly quickly. Now the next step, if you want something that's a little bit more powerful, basically just take some power. This is the auto compressor. This is from the EX compression, which is, we'll touch on that mod pack a little bit later on when we look at auto sieving and all that fun sort of stuff, where this might actually come in handy. So this one takes a little bit of power. I crafted a solar panel. These are not too tough to make. You need some mirrors, which is iron and glass, and then you need some planks and some redstone. So it's not, this tends to be a fairly easy one to get out, and I will probably be making a whole ton of solar panels at some point because I need a lot of power generation. So I'm going to make my power plant look awesome. But, so I've just got this hooked in. You cannot stick it directly beside. It does need some sort of conduit to transfer the power over. And you can see it's just filling on up here. So this one is another one where we just, once it's connected to power, you can just throw in your items. As soon as it's got 4 of something, it will spit out the next level. Now, this one can be kind of interesting. I've seen somebody who just pulled all the different loot bags from a mob farm into here, and it can actually stall up if there's too many of the different kinds. So you want to be importing and exporting from this so that it's not getting clogged up, and you want to make sure that you're not importing too many, because it's, you know, if it gets 3 of each different kind, it's stalled. It can't get anything else new in here, and it cannot actually compress. So you might want to deal with a couple of these in a continuous stream to make that happen, but that is up to you. But personally, seeing as we've got this wonderful system going on, my favorite way to compress. Before we get too far, this crafting recipe, guys, super easy. Block of iron, so 9 pieces of iron, another 4 iron, and 4 crafting tables. Boom! Simple, simple, simple. So me, what I like is, why not just set this damn system to do it for us? So last episode we did talk about this crafter back here, and this is where you use your pattern grid that we've got here to put your pattern in, right? And then you hit the create pattern to make the pattern, and then you drop that into here. You can see I've already done the first 3. So for the uncommon, the rare, and the epic. So I've thrown them into the crafter. So now if I come over here and I want to make something in the system, we'll just hold on to this epic one for a second. So, I want an epic loot bag. Okay, let's craft one of them. So it says, there's 4 rare in the system. We'll do that. Start. Oh, look. We've made the epic already. Now I don't have any more rare left. So, I mean, if I wanted to make another one, because the thing is, you've got to have all the base crafting recipes in here. Because you see here, it'll say, yeah, we've already got 16 of those, so we can craft that. And if you didn't have any of the uncommon, it would look at how many common you've got, see if you got enough to craft that. So that is the best way to kind of do this. You can craft them on demand as necessary, as long as your system's getting fed with the basic loot bags and everything, so you can have this tight, nice and tight, getting, you know, brought over from your mob farm in some way. Network transmitters, if you don't quite have the power for it, you can just cable your way over. That's part of the reason why I'm building a lower level, so I can put all the ugly stuff out of sight, out of mind. But you can go even one step further, and like we said before, these loot bags are kind of useless by themselves, right? You don't really want just a plain loot bag, because then you got to hand open all of them and put it into your system and all that stupid things. Except, wait a second, we can automate opening as well. And how we're going to do this is, this one we're going to be using the bag opener, which is from the loot bags mod. Go figure. And I'm going to do this in the same sort of setup as our recycler, so I don't really need that. I'm going to get rid of our exporters criteria down there, and we're just going to set this one up in the same sort of thing. So once we set it down, before we get too crazy, this one, again, simple recipe: stone, iron ingot, chest, just in the opposite. So this and this stone down here and this iron ingot are flipped from the recycler, and that gets you the bag opener. Does not require any power of any regard, which is fantastic. And how this one works is, we'll grab a loot bag. Let's just grab one of the basic loot bags, and when we toss it in here, up in the top, it opens it, and then it goes on cooldown. Now you can see mine's already pulling stuff out because we've got the importer set with no filter on whatsoever. But now with this exporter, we want to decide what we want to get out of it. So we should have 2 epics in here, right? So I'm going to grab one of these epic loot bags, and I'm going to say this is that's what we want it to pull. And now we can see in here, it's opened one already. Oh, this is not going to work well. Wonder if I can. No, it can't pull from there. So let's throw this back into the system, and again, you can see it's opened another one. But that's no good, because it's, you know, how's the system going to actually craft what we need and get things going? Well, Refined Storage had that in there for you. So there's actually an upgrade called the crafting upgrade that you can use in order to have the system automatically craft the items that it wants to either import or, to export mainly. You can use it with a bunch of other things too. So to get this, you need kind of 2 steps. First, you need to make an upgrade. And they're pretty simple. You need the quartz enriched iron, which we've got in the previous episode, and which is just quartz and iron mixed together. or you can find it in loot bags, etc., etc. Glass here, you need 2 pieces of glass and then the improved processor, which again is just the printed silicone with some redstone, and then the improved processor piece in the top in a, I can't think of the name of it. Solderer, that's what it is. And then once you have this upgrade, so this is the solderer here, in order to turn this into a crafting upgrade, you put the upgrade into a solderer with some redstone in the middle as always, and then we put the crafting table up top, and you can see it's going to work together, and it's then going to spit this out eventually. If you are sick of how slow the solderers are going, consider looking at some of the other upgrades that are here. There is a speed upgrade, which is just sugar and an upgrade, and you can stick those in here and it will speed up how fast the solderer works. So that gets us the crafting upgrade. And now that we've got the crafting upgrade here, so since this is epic loot bags, right, we know there's some stuff in it, so as soon as we put the crafting one in here, it should start making things and spitting things into here. Fortunately, it's not the fastest because we're out of, I think we're out of, oh, I don't have a crafting monitor. No. Yeah, we're out of some of the low end loot bags. So unfortunately, we're not going to craft too many. But how this is set up now is as long as any of the loot bags start coming into the system, as soon as we have enough of the low end loot bags, it will craft its way up and make us an epic one and start pulling it out. I'm currently going to hold on to the epic right now because I want to start getting some blaze rods so I can do some ender pouches and such later on, because funny enough, we're going to need that for episodes fairly soon. So I want to get a few blaze rods going, and they can be dropped from the epic loot bags. So we're going to leave this set up so it's going to keep pulling there. I'm going to get my power more up and running so that we can go through, and then I'm also going to set this up and throw one of the openers into the system, recyclers into the system as well, and start recycling some items. The recycler can use all sorts of stuff, so I'm going to just start seeing what I get from these epic ones that I don't want, and I will start throwing those into the system and letting it eat its thing. The great thing is the recycler can basically take anything that's a mob drop or drops from a loot bag, with the exception of a few things. Like it won't take the how to use your dirt chest 10,000 or whatever the stupid thing is. That's the book that teaches you how to do this one, how to use your dirt chest. It will not eat these up, unfortunately. It's like I mean I help if I use the right one, Ben. You know, I'd love to throw this in here, but it won't take it. So I'll have to just set up a trashing for that. But that's that, guys. That's literally all the different ways that you can create loot bags, open loot bags, and compress them. So I hope you guys have found that helpful. I definitely suggest getting it set up and getting them compressed and open for you, as long as you've got storage room for them, because eventually you're going to want things like the octadiac capacitors and all that fun jazz. So I hope this has been helpful. If it has, please smash that like button to let us know that you have enjoyed it. While we're at it, I would love to hear from you guys. What is your favorite mod within Skyfactory 3? I know there's lots of different ones, and maybe once we see your responses, I can discuss next episode as to what mine personally is. But throw it down below. I always love hearing from you guys. And if you guys have been or want to see updates when all of our new content goes live, you can sub to the channel with the little button underneath the screen, or in the end screen at the end. There's a little sub area. And yeah, we appreciate all the support that you guys provide to us just by being here. But if you want to support us even more, consider taking a look at our Patreon page. Link is down in the description below. And we want you to hang out with the community a bit more. Our Discord link is also down below, so check that out and hope to see you there soon. Next episode, guys, we are going to take a look at how to automate crop harvesting. I basically got this set up. I just need to get my power in order, and we can do this. There's kind of two different ways that we'll tackle, and then hopefully soon we'll be finished with the machine age, and we can start doing even more fun stuff. I don't know where I want to go next. Is there somewhere you guys want to see me go after the machine age? Because there's lots of different things going on here. Lots of things. But tell me down below. Comment, comment, comment. So, guys, thanks for being here. We love you as always, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.